following story by Rudyard Kipling was written, as many of his poems were, about war in the Far East. And although it's a story that cites courage and sadness and sentiment and compassion, again, the quality that stands out the most for me is humility. It's about a water bearer, and his name is Gunga, but the poem, interestingly, is written in a Cockney accent. So in Cockney, it's Gunga. You may talk or gin and beer when you're quartered safe out here, and you're sent to petty fights in order to shut it. But when it comes to slaughter, you'll do your work on water, and you lick the bloomin' boots of him that's got it. Down in just sunny clime where I used to spend me time, a servant of Her Majesty the Queen, of all them black-faced crew, the finest man I knew was our regimental beastie, Gunga. It was Dane. You limpin' lump of brick dust, Gunga. Oi, slippy hither row. Water, get it. Party low. You squidgy-nosed old idol, Gunga. Now the uniform he wore was nothing much before, and rather less than half of that behind. For a twisty piece of rag and a goatskin water bag were all the field equipment they could find. But when the sweating troop train lay in a sodden through the day, when the heat would make your bloomin' eyebrows crawl, we shouted "Harry by" till our throats were bricky dry, and then we whooped him because he couldn't serve us all. It was Dean, you heathen, where the mischief have you been? You put some joldy in it or I'll marrow you this minute if you don't fill up me helmet, Gunga. He'd dote and carry one till the longest day was done. And he didn't seem to know the use of fear. If we charged or broke or cut, could bet your bloomin' nut he'd be waiting 50 passes, right flank rear. And with his mussock on his back, he'd skip with our attack, and he'd watch us till the bugles made retire. And for all his dirty hide, it was white, clean white inside. When he went to tend the wounded under fire, it was Dane, with bullets kicking dust spots on the green. When the cartridges ran out, you could hear the front rank shout, "Oi, ammunition mules!" and Gunga. Now I shan't forget the night when I dropped behind the fight with a bullet where me belt plate should have been. I was choking, mad with thirst. And the man that spies me first, our good old grinning, grunting Gunga. He lifted up me head and he plugged me where I bled. And he got me half a pint of water, green. It was crawling and it stunk. But of all the drinks I've drunk, I'm most grateful to the one from Gunga. It was Dane. Why, here's a beggar with a bullet through his spleen. He's chawing up the ground and kicking all around. For God's sake, get the water, Gunga. Now he carried me away to where a dooley lay. And then a bullet came and drilled the beggar clean. He puts me safe inside. And just before he died, "I hope you like your drink," says Gunga. So I'll meet him later on in the place where he is gone, where it's always double drill and no canteen. They'll be squatting on them coals, giving drink to poor damn souls. And I'll get a swig in hell from Gunga Din. It was Din, Din, Din. You Lazarusian leather, Gunga Din. Though I belted you and flayed you by the living God that made you. You're a better man than I am, Gunga Din.